Yo, 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 yo. Welcome back to Real 100%.
One time for the one time.
And it's a lot of shit going on right now. So look, check
You
it.
gotta stop cussing.
I know, right?
Say it's a lot of stuff happening
There's a
right
lot of
now.
things happening right now.
There you go.
Fuck all that.
Listen, there you go.
There's a lot of things.
Forget all that.
There's a lot of things going on with my homeboys Fresh and Fit, man. It's a lot of this Asian persuasion.
Controversy.
Yeah, she's trying to be all political correct and
I'm
everything.
trying to, be a better person.
I'm giving y'all the nigga wave cap shit
I'm trying to
with the white beater.
I'm trying to give you both sides of the track.
Facts. But yeah, so I think it happened a few days ago. I don't know if you watched it, but I did post a video about my homeboy from Fresh and Fit. Fresh
Mhm.
got into a
Fresh is
little
amazing.
Asian persuasion, and now she's look. I mean, I don't know if you heard the video and everything.
I will listen to you listen to it. She
Okay.
trying to get that bag.
Yeah, it sounds like she might be trying to get the bag. It sounds like she might be on some bullshit.
Yeah.
And it's another video where it's a dude named Destiny that he kind of said some things about it too, but he kind of put her on Front Street.
A guy named Destiny?
Yeah, his name Destiny. He do
Okay.
he's like a debater or a political debater, but
That's not one of those names where you could tell if it's a girl or guy. You just automatically assume.
It's a girl?
Sidebar.
That is a girl?
That's a girl named Destiny. That's like Jamie. You don't know if it's a girl or guy. Aaron. Don't know if it's a girl or guy. Destiny is Grimm's girl. So when you said a guy,
Jamie?
Jamie, that could be a girl or guy name.
I guess so. You might be right about that.
Yeah.
But that was definitely off top. But
It was,
anywho.
Anyway.
So now we got Fresh and Fit going live as usual. And they're putting out I don't want to say putting out, but Fresh is gonna put out his side, and it seems like they got like some
it's a response to what's happening.
What's going on. They got a lawyer involved, all type of things. So
lawyer.
So I thought, you know what, let's react to this right here.
Let's follow up.
Yeah, and give my man the benefit of the doubt. I mean, I am anyway, but I do, like I said in that video before, I do believe, like, if you don't want kids, you're not just shooting up the club like that, boy. You're not shooting up the club like that, man. Like, you pulling that thing out and you blowing it on her back or something.
I don't think
blowing it on her back.
I don't think that pull out is the answer to not having kids. You have to use protection.
That is true.
So you can't just say, "Oh, I pulled out." Yeah, you pulled out, but your woman stayed in.
Yeah. So I mean, I do. That's on. Yeah. You can't just be busting your load and shooting.
If you don't want any children, you have to do all the steps to prevent you from possibly having a child. Even though condoms aren't 100%, but it's better than raw dog.
Yeah, it's like 99%. Ain't like 99.1 or 99.8, 98 point some shit.
We don't use condoms.
Yeah, I'm blowing that thing up.
Tear the club up. Tear the club up. Tear the club. Gotta put your back into it.
Take that load.
Off topic again.
Let's get to the shits.
So yeah, let's watch his response from Fresh and Fit.
Yeah, let's get into it.
I think they know everything, and it's just like
they don't know everything.
Chilling, relaxing.
They're just, they got all this to say. You know what I mean? And the reality is, man, we pay a lot of people's bills, man. Like people say, "Oh, Fresh and Fit, like you're only relevant." But as soon as something happens, all you guys do, "Oh, let me talk about Fresh and Fit. Oh, look at this. Did you hear about this?"
And isn't it funny?
Crazy.
A 3 or 4 is telling a story, and they believe it,
and all the simps are believing
line and sinker without any talk from me at all.
Nothing. They didn't hear your side. They believe it automatic.
But they like to hate. They want to hate me. I get it. But without the facts, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Speculating.
Speaking of facts, we got a special guest in the house, matter of fact.
We do.
Brought in the big guns for this one because we knew
best attorney for divorce and family matters, James Sexton in the house.
That's what's smart to do.
It's all fun and games until the lawyer shows up,
Yeah, man. Obviously, we ain't messing around on this one because, I mean,
it's serious.
Obviously, we were making some jokes on last week or whatever about it, but no, man. I mean, this is some pretty serious stuff. So
yeah. This is this is as serious gets. I appreciate you guys having me on. I've been talking to both of you for quite some time. As soon as I can get myself out of a courtroom into Miami, I'm excited to spend some time with you. But
please do.
Yeah, when I spoke to Walter earlier today, I said, all right, well, you know what? I think I got to jump on and be the one to say a few things, because I know he is dying to say a whole bunch of things. And a lot of those things he got to discuss with me that are subject to attorney-client privilege. But to then share
very smart what he did.
Right
very
now,
smart.
Is a challenging kind of a thing and would be absolutely against my advice. Sorry to spoil the party to everyone who wanted to hear all the salacious details at this moment. However, there are some things that need to be said, and I'm happy to say them. What I'll say, first of all, is you know what? I have good news and I have bad news. You've had a hell of a week, so I'm going to let you pick what you want first. You want the good news first? You want the bad news first?
Man, it's been tough, bro. Yo, just give me good news, bro. Here's the good news, man.
I would take the bad first.
Here's the good news. There's a lot of question as to when a man can truly say he's successful. You know, I have a client who's worth $8 billion. I represent professional athletes, celebrities, primarily because I'm based in New York City. I represent a lot of people in finance, hedge fund people, crypto people. And there's always a question about when are you really successful? Is it your first 10 million when you become an 8-figure kind of guy? Is it the first time you buy a Lambo and you pay cash for it? Is it the first time you fly private? Is it the first time you buy a jet? Is it when is it? And what I will say as someone who's been practicing family law for 25 years is a man is really not truly successful until the 304s come out of the woodwork and say, I have your baby. I'm pregnant with your baby. I need to talk to you about the baby. What are we going to do about
They validated to the hoes come calling.
Surprisingly, instead of having that conversation like a civilized human being with a working prefrontal cortex, most of the time what they choose to do is to post it on social media.
Intelligently.
That's absolutely what a good future mom, potentially, or rational human being who's not just looking to shake someone down for money would do. You go right to social media. It certainly isn't the kind of thing a clout-chasing no one would do.
Ooh.
So ultimately, I want to congratulate you. That's the good news, is that you have a...
So what she did was she messed up herself. From what I'm getting from him is that she did the typical things that she shouldn't have done by putting stuff. I guess you can call it cloud chasing and saying this is and that third. She shouldn't have did none of that.
She tried to drag him on social media, and that kind of got her backlash.
Yeah. Not really the backlash, but I'm thinking it might mess her up in the court aspect of it. Kind of because that's the good news that he's giving right now.
Well, he said the good news is, you made it when the 304s trying to take advantage of you.
Fact. So he's trying to make it seem like, well, this young lady is trying to take advantage of his. Yeah. So this might be bad on her end. Maybe. We don't know yet.
Officially arrived, my friend, and you are sitting among some of the greatest, most celebrated, wealthiest people in the world, many of whom I have represented, but you never heard anything really about it other than the little momentary blip that it came up, if at all, because they did what is now unfortunately going to be the bad news. And that is there are two words, my friend, that are not in your vocabulary currently, and they haven't been for years, and it's the reason why you're successful. But you need to repeat those two words after me, so let's practice together right now. Ready? No.
Comment.
Oh, comment. Okay. Okay.
No. Comment.
All right.
Okay, so you got to learn to say that.
You watch enough court shows to know what's.
I do.
You watch so many court shows that you already know what's up. No comment.
And it's really unfortunate because I know you are dying to talk about many of the things, many of the counter narrative, the facts as opposed to the fictions, the way that things are weaponized and weaponized inappropriately, the massive holes in stories, that there's a lot to be discussed. But revenge is a dish best served cold. And right now, there are civil and criminal penalties for the kinds of behaviors that we're looking at right now. So I want you, as your counsel, and again, you're free to ignore my advice. Plenty of times people ignore my advice, and sometimes I'm grateful when they do it because it creates a lot more chaos, which makes me a lot more money. Peace does not make me any money. Chaos makes me money. But I'm telling you, my advice to you, and I've said this to you earlier privately, is there has to be, for the moment, no specific comment. There really has to be, because the level of issues that are being caused right now by a third party in terms of what they're exposing themselves to. There's an old saying, never interrupt the enemy when they're in the process of committing suicide. And this is a situation where you are, as much as I know, you are dying to get the counter narrative and the facts out there, the reality out there, as opposed to the garbage that's out there right now.
Yeah.
An intelligent, strategic, successful man knows that irrationality, impulsivity, and emotionalism are luxuries reserved for the ladies. They are not for an intelligent, strategic, thoughtful man who is making tactical moves on the advice of counsel. So that is my little rant. That is my little caveat. And I'm glad you gave me the chance to say.
I got to say one thing, though.
Yeah.
First and foremost,
we do have the phone call.
But I will say this. I personally should not have nutted within a 304 like this. Now, granted, things happen, whether true or not. But like you said, James, I'll keep my mouth shut because I have some info here I want to share with the chat.
This record, I have to tell you, the recording we are discussing, and in all of these situations, when there is a recording of this kind, which there always is, because why would you be recording the conversation unless you plan to use that to stick somebody up? Normal, rational human beings who are acting in good faith don't record their conversations. Especially too when they're being mindful of the fact that there's a difference between a one-party state and a two-party state when it comes to consent for recordings, and that, again, it's a felony in the state of Florida to record a conversation without the consent of the other party. And if you then publish it, that's a separate felony. So that's two felonies for the price of one. But again, the reality here is, if you want to play the recording, go ahead. People have heard it. People have listened to it. You know what? Congratulations. You're important enough of a person that people actually pay attention when someone's talking about you. And that is in and of itself an accomplishment. There are a whole lot of guys right now who a girl is calling them and saying, I'm having a baby and it's definitely yours. And nobody cares. No one would care. No one's interested. Everyone's just looking at it going, okay, whatever. It happens. The reality is, in your situation, everybody's very interested in this. Everybody wants to talk about it. But again, the reality for you is there are civil and criminal remedies for the kinds of things that are happening here. And they're not to be leveled at you. So if we want to listen to that recording, you want to play that recording for anybody who's been under a rock and didn't get to hear it, fine. The only context I would give before playing it is listen to it. Is that a normal conversation? Is this a conversation of a woman who is having a sincere conversation with a human being? Or is this someone who knows that they're recording this? And when you know you're the one who's recording the conversation and that you can change it, modify it, splice it, edit it, you don't hear what was on the call before, you don't hear what was on the call after. And to be candid, guys, I don't know if anybody realizes we're living in 2024. I can't tell you how many times I've been in a courtroom where there is audio that we've had to have digital forensic experts come in, spend $30,000 to show that it was modified audio. You can go right now. There's any number of products available right now from OpenAI, ChatGPT, all the various companies that are doing this type of work, where you can take small snippets of someone's audio and you can have this person saying 5 or 10 sentences, and then you can literally dub anything that's to be said. And I have to tell you, you may not know it, guys, there's a lot of recordings of you talking out there. I could put together if you said almost any word in the English language, I could find an example of you saying it. So again, I think it's very, very important, if you're going to listen to this or any recording of some poor innocent young woman who's calling some fellow and just happens to be recording it and just happens to be making sure that when she's having that conversation, she seems like something of a victim in the situation and keeps steering the situation in directions that would make for good internet publication. you know, when you listen to it with that ear. See if it sounds a little bit different.
Let's play it just for the audience to kind of, because it's kind of actually crazy when you listen to it.
When you listen to this
shit, it's amazing that like people don't have the critical thinking skills to not see that clearly. This was like,
it's certain things that she said. You can like, why would you ask that, or like, why would you say that? It's kind of weird, but yeah,
like intentional. And it's funny because she made this phone call, and then literally within minutes, it's up on Instagram. Like,
and I have to tell you,
like, I was like, what the hell?
I could have dubbed this call because as I'm listening, I'm going, oh yeah, it's this one. Like I have listened now to 50 of these from professional athletes, you know, influencers, hedge fund guys, top name surgeons in the city at top hospitals. I mean, it really is. Successful men have a target on their back. And this is one of the most classic old school shakedowns. This is one of those ones that, again, I could do the phone call. Like I could have told you. I listened to it and I was like, oh yeah, it's that. It's like she went in and picked like menu option A, you know, and that's the call. It's like I could if it wasn't breaking attorney-client privilege, I got about a half of celebrities that you've probably seen in films and TV that I'd put you in touch with, and they'd go, oh yeah, I got that call. I remember that call. Her name was Janet. You know, oh, I remember that call. That was Kiki. You know, and that's how it is. And by the way, you guys live in the city where those calls always come from. I don't know what it is about Miami. Maybe that's why I haven't come on. I'm afraid I'm going to show up in Miami and suddenly I'll get out of the airplane and someone will claim they're pregnant with my child. Like I'm afraid that will happen instantly when I get off of a plane at MIA airport.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Play it.
No worries. We'll run it real quick, and then I know Fresh can't talk as much, but I'll give a little bit of my commentary because I haven't said anything about this shit either, and obviously. Let's just play the call real fast. Yeah. Let's just play it.
Go for it.
Obviously, I know that there's legal proceedings going on. Oh, go ahead, Bills. My bad.
I want the baby because I don't want to kill the baby. I don't want to kill nobody. I don't want to.
You're not. They just give you a pill and it's over.
No. I'm pregnant.
No, but that's what I'm saying. The pill, they just give it to you from a doctor and then you're good.
I am pregnant. I can't pretending like nothing happened. I can't. In my religion, we don't kill.
You're not killing.
Pause.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but she's using extreme language and she's calling, saying, I don't want to do this, etc. And she's fishing for a response.
Yep.
Right? It's very obvious. And the thing, too, is that, like, I mean, I know this. Like, there was an agreement that they weren't going to ever have kids. Like, but why is she calling now saying, oh, I'm pregnant?
It's so funny because how she's talking, I'm like shocked because I'm like, normally you don't talk like this.
Yeah.
It's more like it's following a script.
Yeah.
Almost. But I'm like,
and it's good on your part because you didn't really say too much.
Nah.
But it's.
I'm like, wait, what's going on here?
Yeah.
So
again, there was an agreement that they weren't gonna like have kids or anything like that, and then now she's coming in saying like, "Oh, I'm pregnant and I don't want to kill the baby" and all this other stuff, and it's like, what the hell? Like, well,
and she brought in religion.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing right now?
She's not religious, guys. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
All right, let's continue.
I want to keep the baby.
Okay. Well, like I said, I just don't want any kids.
Pause.
You know?
Very obvious fishing for a response like, what the hell are you doing? No, you better not, blah, blah, blah. Like, she was trying to fish for an emotional reaction to make you look crazy there.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, we can keep.
And this is a pretty classic tactic, guys, because the reality is that, I've done this in a courtroom so many times. I've played these kinds of recordings. I can't tell you how many times I've heard what are you doing? No, don't hit me. Oh, my God. What is that knife? Why do you have that knife? And meanwhile, my client's like, I was on the other side of the room. And I had a banana in my hand that I was eating, you know. And oh, my God, what is that gun you're holding? You know, so the sound I have heard many times, the sound I just heard, and that is the sound of a man who almost sounds like he's got PTSD. But he's like, wait, what are we talking about? What is going on? Like, who am I talking to right now? This sounds insane. Who speaks this way? Who pauses in that way as if for, okay, now let's let you talk. Let's get some dramatic effect going. Like, this is not a conversation between two adults who are talking about something not for performance purposes, one-sided performance purposes, but because they actually want to have a dialogue. And again, ask yourselves, what kind of person, if you were dealing with something truthful and this serious, does this, records it, and immediately publishes it on the internet, and then continues to follow it up with more internet postings? What kind of human being, is a serious human being do that? Does a person who has any self-respect or respect for other people do that?
Does someone who actually want to have a kid do that?
No.
Like that's the other thing too for all you simps in the fucking chat right now. Abortion. Bro, do you think someone who's actually really pregnant with a child will do this shit? Like,
well, and what I'll tell you too is a classic tactic on this. Classic tactic on this.
Like, y'all are some fucking simps in the chat.
It becomes the I'm going to need some money to terminate pregnancy. I'm also going to need some money to recover after that because it was very traumatic for me. Or if that shakedown doesn't work, it turns in a couple of months, I lost the baby. My goodness, I lost the baby. And by the way, now I'm very upset that I lost the baby. And obviously I'm not going to return the money for the stroller and for the car and for all the down payment on the condo that I said that I needed because I was going to have your child. But yes, I lost the baby. And if you say, well, are you sure you were pregnant? How dare you ask that? Look, I have something from Planned Parenthood that I've posted on my social media that, there's no way to edit a PDF, guys. Don't you know that? Don't you know there's no way to take a generic piece of paper from Planned Parenthood that anybody can get for $10 and change it to say whatever it is you wanted to say? And then let's just turn around and say, oh, I lost the baby. It's such a tragedy. And again, if you defend yourself, if you say anything in the court of public opinion, you lose no matter what, which is why, again, revenge is a dish best served cold. There are criminal and civil penalties for this kind of behavior.
Wait, I can't respond, right? Damn. I want to say something so bad.
No, you cannot respond. Sorry. I'm directing you not to respond. I know you want to. They can kill me in the chat if they want to. Grow up, go to law school, and then you can tell your clients whatever the hell you want to tell them. But I am telling you, this is not the time to make this comment. Because I know there's a lot of additional information you have, because I know that information. But I'm telling you, now is not the time. Yeah. Let somebody just keep digging the hole. Let them just keep digging the hole, because that's the time you unleash the information.
Play the thing.
Please keep going. This is an Oscar-worthy performance.
Yeah, it's a few more seconds, and it's crazy to me how people are, immediately saying like, "Oh, she's pregnant. You're encouraging an abortion, etc." Bro, we don't know if it's even true. Like, they say hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Like, bro, this at the end of the day, let me just fucking say this. She's mad because Fresh didn't want to get her a fucking apartment in Miami. Ta-da! There you guys fucking go. All right? She's mad because Fresh didn't want to fucking get her an apartment in Miami and he didn't want to be with her no more. That's why she's doing all this shit. All right? She did a pregnancy test before in fucking Barbados and it came back negative. Sorry, I had to fucking say this shit. It's fucking annoying me. These fucking ass clowns in the chat saying all this bullshit, whatever. There's a high likelihood it's not true, and she's doing this shit because she knows that she's done. She knows that he don't want to be with her no more, so she's like, let me take the fucking building down with me. Let me burn this bitch down and make him look terrible. Let me record this fucking phone call, premeditated, call it, make him get a reaction so I could put this shit on the internet, put it on Instagram stories immediately after, right? And this is what I mean when I say you ass clowns don't know what the fuck is going on in the fucking chat talking about the bullshit. Bro, it's so bad. He killed a baby. Nigga, there probably isn't a baby there. That's what I'm trying to tell you, motherfuckers. It happened to me. What is it? You guys remember 3 years ago? Some fucking chick, 3 weeks later, oh, I'm pregnant. It was a fucking lie. She used that shit to do a media run, went everywhere, did interviews all over the place, ran her OnlyFans up. Did you guys forget about that? Did you guys forget about that? That shit happened to me too. And it's happening again.
Gentlemen, I have to tell you, it is you are in a huge fraternity. I'm not kidding when I say that this is the sign of success. I cannot, because of attorney-client privilege, tell you how many men in a 25-year career I have seen this exact story play out with. Much of the time, there was no pregnancy. Much of the time, there was a pregnancy that mysteriously miscarries a short time later, usually after the check clears or the wire transfer is completed. Sometimes there is, in fact, a pregnancy, but many of the times, once that pregnancy comes to completion, wouldn't you know, the DNA test reveals that the individual who was alleged to be the father of this child, usually the one with a 7 or 8 figure bank account, turns out to not be it. And the scumbag boyfriend who they had on the side, who, makes minimum wage, he was the one who happens to have all the genetic markers tied to this child. So, there's a whole lot of ways this story ends at the majority of the time. And again, now is not we're not doing a post-mortem on this situation yet because it's not done yet. But I will tell you with a very high degree of confidence, knowing a lot more about this situation than anyone in this situation other than the gentleman himself, that there is a lot more happening here and a lot more information that if you were a reckless individual and ignoring my advice as counsel, you would unleash immediately both barrels. But I appreciate that you are at least following some of my advice. The fact that we're talking about this at all means you're not completely following my advice. The reality is, if you don't talk, you walk. And that talking is about this.
Like, you really shouldn't be saying nothing, but
oxygen. I mean, you're just giving this individual's 15 minutes, another 15 minutes. I understand why you're doing it. I understand that it's important to want to protect yourself, and I understand that your partner here is less restrained and certainly wants to protect you, which I respect the bonds of brotherhood in that way. But if you want to finish listening to the last few seconds of this Oscar-worthy performance, I think we certainly can do that.
Yeah. Go ahead, Bills. You got it.
Okay, so what you gonna do? And what you gonna do to me?
What you gonna do to me?
Nothing.
Hey, why would you say that?
Why did I do anything to you?
Nothing?
Why did I do anything to you?
No, I know. So, how are you gonna deal with this? By saying I don't want a baby? That's all?
I mean, I can go to the doctor, I guess.
To the doctor. So you want abortion?
I thought he said adultery.
I mean, yeah. Why do you want a kid now?
And why do you make me pregnant now?
That's I'm like, there's no way that's true. But then I said, oh wow,
So just think about it. It's meant to be.
Can I say why that might not be true? Or no, I can't.
Man, nigga, don't say nothing.
He told your ass no comment.
God wants you to have the baby.
Now God's
definitely
involved.
not.
It is. God wants you to have a baby. 7 years never happened.
Pause real
and
quick.
Then you are relating.
Pause real quick. A lot of you fucking guys in the chat, I don't know what you guys forgot or whatever. Some of you guys think we're tradcons over here or we're super religious. We said it a million times. I'm not a practicing Muslim. Fresh isn't a practicing Christian. Correct. We run a fucking dating podcast for all you ass clowns and teach you guys how to get laid. So what the fuck makes you guys think that we're sitting here and we're being traditionally conservative and all religious and shit? We've never been religious. We brought guests on that are religious that talk about religion and etc. But we're not, because we bring guests on that have different viewpoints than us and we're okay with that. We don't have an echo chamber over here. But we've told you guys a million times, we're not fucking religious. So don't sit there and try to hold us to some standard like, abortion's against the rule, all this other bullshit. Bro, number one, this chick ain't pregnant. It's fucking cap, in my opinion. I think it's a fucking lie, right? Because bitches have done this shit to me. It's happened. That's number one. Number two, we are not religious, okay, guys? We said this a million times. So you guys try to sit there, Fresh, you claim to be a man of God, you're a man of Christ, blah, blah. Fresh has said many times, I'm a man of God, and he's just kidding around. Y'all know that we deal with fucking chicks. We teach y'all how to get them.
Yeah. We give you a set clear
We're not
advice.
tradcons over here.
Yeah. And
gentlemen, the reality here is everyone who is listening to this, particularly any man who is listening to this, I know the majority of your audience is male. Anyone who is listening to this, this should put a chill down your spine. You are not safe. You're only safe if you're unsuccessful. So feel free to be unsuccessful. You'll never have this problem. But I guarantee you that if you are a successful man, at some point these kinds of allegations get made. I've had these allegations made against people who go, I've never even been in the same state as this woman. I've never been in a room with her. Or every time I've been in a room with her, there were other people there. This happens to married men. This happens to Muslims, Christians, Jews. This happens to pretty much everybody. And I will tell you, again, listen to this recording. If you've taken the time to listen to the recording, listen to the recording. If this, I have to say, if she has any aspirations to ever becoming a narcotics officer in the police department, she should consider another alternative. Because her doing a controlled buy would be like, so I am going to be purchasing cocaine now from you. How would you feel about my purchase of that cocaine? Will you sell that to me now, the cocaine? And then the buyer, I'm sorry, what did you want to sell? The cocaine that I wish to purchase that you are going to sell to me. I will have that cocaine now? Like, look, the reality is this is not how someone speaks when they're having an actual conversation. This is, if you said to me that her voice was AI, I would say, you know what, AI is way better than that. Like, this is shitty AI. Because what this is someone who really has no future as an actress. Because this is so unbelievably a setup. This is a professional hit. And why? If you can't see that, you're blind. And if you see that and then give credit to anything that this person is saying, then shame on you. And certainly don't claim to be, oh, I'm a man of God or I'm not, whatever. Because look, the reality here is there's truth and there's fiction. And the reality of this recording is this is not a good faith conversation in any capacity. This is a setup. This is a hit. And when someone does a setup, a hit, and immediately unleashes that to the public for the purposes of clout chasing or a shakedown financially, anything else that comes out of that person's mouth, the Bush Doctrine applies. We do not negotiate with terrorists. We don't do that. That's not what we do.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, even as us here having this stream, I didn't even want to do it. I wanted to do an IRL stream and like get back to it, but people were just bombarding us with this. So it's like, all right, we'll address it for you guys. But it amazes me that you guys are so quick to believe some fucking bimbo that gets on the internet that clearly did this, set it up, premeditated, went to Instagram immediately after illegally recording a phone call, and you guys are so quick to say, wow, Fresh, you're such a bad guy, blah, blah, blah. Bro, this chick is lying. This is my take. I mean, I'm not privy to the conversations that Fresh had with his counsel, but I'm telling you as an outsider looking at it, I'm like, bro, this is a fucking lie. Because a girl did this to me literally 3 years ago. And what did she do with it? She did it to run up her OnlyFans. She did it to run up her social media. She did it to make money. Girls do this shit. And the fact that you guys sit here and say, well, red pill aware, we know what's going on, etc. And you guys believe this shit, hook, line, and sinker, you fucking simps. And it's for all you idiots out there that are saying, Myron, hold him accountable. Man, you know what? I already held him accountable behind the scenes. I told him he was a fucking dumbass. I told him he's a fucking retard. I told him, why the fuck are you doing this shit? And I fucking yelled at him about this shit. I don't need to fucking yell at him in front of you fucking pieces of shit. Fuck y'all. You guys don't have to be privy to our personal conversations where I shit on him for being a dumbass. I already had that fucking conversation. I don't want to do it again on the air for your fucking appeasement in front of you fucking dickheads. Okay? Because the reality is a lot of you guys that are criticizing Fresh are not doing better than him. A lot of you motherfuckers are fat fucking losers that live with your fucking mom trying to sit here and counsel him. Why did you learn some thought? He made a fucking mistake. He's a dumbass for it, and we all fucking know that shit. Okay? I don't have to fucking shit on him in front of 40,000 people for you guys to know that I fucking shit on him behind the scenes. We had a very long conversation about this shit already. Okay? I don't have to fucking sit here and shit on my friends in front of you guys.
When I first came on, before we started recording, and I spoke with the two of you briefly, I said to both of you that I think that the less that's said about this, the better from a legal perspective. There's a script that I often give to clients, which is I have no specific recollection of any wrongdoing, although I acknowledge mistakes may have been made. I'd like to move forward past this unfortunate incident. You should write that shit down. I will tell you, there's a reason why you guys are excellent communicators. You have a great point of view. It's why I was a fan before I was your counsel. But I got to tell you, man, killing me right now. You're killing me.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Right, because again,
I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
From an entertainment and a reality perspective, I love it. Preach, my friends.
Yeah.
But now is not the time to unleash the Kraken here.
I'm done.
There's a lot being said right now, and I appreciate, Walter, that you are taking my advice and you are not saying it, but we are going down roads that we do not need to go down right now. There will be time, as I've said now 4 or 5 times in this conversation, revenge is a dish best served cold. There are consequences for behavior. And it is not consequences against you I am talking about. There are consequences for the kinds of behaviors, for this kind of a professional attempt at a hit. Because I have to tell you, if you're going to strike at the king, you better kill the king. Because if you don't, he's still got a bigger platform than you. So this is one of those things that, again, just I'm going to say it one more time. You can listen or you can ignore it. Now is not the time for all of this information to be put out there.
My bad. I just
he said no comment.
I appreciate it, but there is a time. There will be a time. Now is not that time. I am advising you again, very emphatically, that now is not the time to share the many things you have to say, the many screenshots, all of the media information, all the things that I'm able to view that. I because of the benefit of attorney-client privilege.
No, of course.
I'm telling you, now is not the time.
I'll just say this. We're pursuing every legal course right now, both criminal and civil, against this fucking girl, okay? Just so y'all know. Like, we're going to make sure that she deals with the consequences of her actions, all right? What she did was a fucking felony in the state of Florida. I didn't realize that there's another count for putting it out there. So that's actually good on our end. So, and here's the other thing too. She's a foreign national from fucking China committing crimes in the United States. So, it is what it is, man. Mo, I'm going to fucking swear. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. So my thing is, she is absolutely going to deal with the consequences of these fucking actions, man. Because you want to come at Fresh like this, you want to do this shit for all you ass clowns out there. Oh, bro, leave Fresh, blah, blah. I'm not fucking going anywhere. All right? We started this together. We fucking die together. If you guys don't like it, go suck a fucking dick, because I'm not going nowhere. It is what it is. I stand by him 100%. We had our conversations behind the scenes. You guys can say whatever the fuck you guys want to say, but loyalty is a real thing. I don't believe in the term loyalty to a fault, because the whole reality of being loyal is you're loyal regardless of whether it's faulty or not. That's what loyalty is, you fucking ass clowns. But I guess this thing doesn't exist anymore. But that's all I'm going to say, is that we're pursuing every avenue to fucking go after this chick for the fucking baseless and false allegations she made, man.
I will say one thing. When Myron had this scenario. Okay,
I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done.
No, but he's just been a good friend, because when people talk shit about your friend, you should defend them, especially when you know the truth. But yeah, thanks, James. I'm gonna shut up now.
No, listen, I have to tell you, you know, the bond of you guys' friendship is an amazing thing. And I have to tell you, and I'm not giving anything away of attorney-client privilege when I say it. You know, I've dealt with some really incredibly successful people when they're in this situation, and you can tell when someone's panicked, and you can tell when someone is genuinely trying to figure out what the hell's going on and how the hell to handle it, and acting in good faith. And from every possible metric, you know, you've been acting in good faith on this, and trying to get a handle on what is the right thing and what is actually going on, what is truth, what is fiction, what is conversation and what is performance, what is fake and what is real. And that's a hard thing to do. You know, it is anytime intimacy is weaponized, and I've been a divorce lawyer a long time, so I know a thing or two about how people weaponize intimacy. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Because when we share with another human being, when we share with a woman, you know, parts of ourselves, you know, honest parts of ourselves, and we make ourselves even the slightest bit vulnerable, and then we have to spend the rest of the time pulling the knife out of our back. That's the kind of thing that makes a person jaded. And what I will tell you is, so far in my conversations with you, you haven't lost your sense of humor. You haven't lost your bonds of friendship. You haven't lost your loyalty, and you haven't lost your integrity. And that's a whole lot more than I can say for the other end of that phone call. So I think you should be proud of the way you're handling yourself in this situation. And I think that, again, as the details of this thing become a little more public and something that can be discussed in more depth after civil, criminal, and other remedies are fully allowed to move through the system. I think people are there's gonna be quite a few people that owe you an apology. So,
all right. I mean, is there anything else?
Gentlemen, I have to go. This is
we'll let you go, man.
You're killing me.
No, we'll let you go. We'll.
Thanks, James. Appreciate it, bro.
Thank you for coming on, man.
Great to see you. I have to say, my first time appearing was not going to be this.
Yeah.
Fate has a way of doing things, and I just heard someone say that God planned this sort of thing. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with that God did this so that you'd finally get me on the show. But I got to tell you guys, you really went to a hell of a length to get me on the show. I mean, this is impressive.
It was all planned.
I really, making this whole thing up, it's incredible. It's really amazing. I'm flattered, I have to tell you.
We're looking forward to in person.
Myron, I wanted you to know I'm pregnant, and I'm pretty sure it's yours. So I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Hey, everyone says I'm gay anyway, right? So.
Oh, man.
Oh, man, this is crazy.
Thank you, James.
Yeah, James, thanks for coming on, man.
Good to see you. I will speak to you very soon.
And guys, this is James Sexton.
Yeah.
31K watching. Go support him as well.
Yeah, go check him out, guys.
That's me at NYC Divorce Lawyer. See you soon.
All right, man. Later. Peace.
Take care, gentlemen. Bye-bye.
Yeah, we brought one of the best in the business for y'all, man. James Sexton. So, look, guys, I know that's not what you might want to hear. Obviously, this is like for real. This is very for real. And we're definitely going through. I mean, Fresh has been dealing with all this on the phone with lawyers and shit like that. He was at the police department,
yesterday. Man, James is gone, right?
Yeah,
I can't say anything,
bro. I mean,
because I got so much to share, bro, and receipts, and I can't
Turn
do
the
it
background
because
music.
if I do it might be bad, right?
Yeah, man. I mean, you just heard what your lawyer said, bro. Like. You know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is.
Bro,
I mean,
oh man, bro. Damn, man. what do I do, bro? All
right,
I'll
read these chats. Yeah, I'll read these chats, and then you could think about it. If you want to text James on the side and say what you want to say, but you already know, bro. More than likely.
So we just did a lot of that, reacting to them going live, but
Yeah. She belonged to the streets.
yeah, I like the fact. I don't know if you noticed that when the other guy was talking, Myron, he was saying we are taking every legal actions
against this
woman. Not Fresh. He said we are like we in this together. So that's like some real dope shit to hear. I'm pretty sure that's dope for Fresh to be hearing Myron say,
support,
like, you know what I'm saying, we turning over every rock on this. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty dope. But
yeah,
that was, I guess, his lawyer response to that young lady.
Listen to your lawyer.
Yeah, listen to your lawyer. Shut your ass up.
Shut the fuck up.
Don't say nothing. I wouldn't respond. I wouldn't share anything.
It looked like it's so hard for him to keep his mouth closed.
Yeah, so.
Well, he said you giving this person an additional 15 minutes.
Pretty much that's what he's doing. So at this point, if I'm him, I would kind of just shut up. And, I did do a video on this. And I didn't even think about the fact that this could be a lie.
So, that was the first thing I thought of.
So yeah, you're a lot better than me. I was on some more other shit. But I'm not saying that it was true, but I was just saying like, yo, she want to keep it and he don't.
No, because go ahead.
And I do think like he did say it, and I did say this too. Like, you can't just be shooting clubs up like that, man. You can't be busting your load in
just
girls,
dumb.
Especially if you know or you believe they 304s. I'm not busting no load up I'm not busting my load in a woman that I believe is a 304.
I'm just like, just the whole who record. Anytime somebody record a conversation, you already lose your credibility with me.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as I heard that, she like, it's a baby. It's against my religion. Like, girl, it wasn't against your religion to have sex with him and y'all ain't married.
Mm-hmm.
You just pick and choose what you want to say is against.
Yeah. So if I, or I'm pretty sure my channel's so small, but
we stepping up in this thing. Get your life.
If they felt like, I took shots at them, my bad, because I didn't think about the fact that she could be pump faking. She could be lying like a motherfucker.
Yeah, so it was like 75-25. Because even if you're not lying, you still why you record it. Like that should be something that you and him have on your own. Now, if he, dog walk you, drag you afterwards, and you want to put it all out in the streets, I get it. But the first initial conversation should not be recorded.
Yeah, I ain't even think about that either. Like, damn, she did record the shit. I wasn't even thinking like this. She in bad faith already. Just
Yeah.
recording our conversation.
Yeah.
You know what? My fault.
Yeah.
My bad. My bad. You know what I'm saying? If you do see it, it's my fault, man.
Yeah.
My bad. I take that. I take that L on that one because I fucked up.
Yep.
But yeah, so that's just us responding to not us responding, but us reacting to Fresh and Fit live reaction about the drama that's going
His
on.
current
Fresh.
situation.
Yeah. But
his baby mama, no mama drama.
yeah, but if I'm you, Fresh, listen to your lawyer. Don't say shit.
Shut up.
Yeah, don't do nothing.
No comment.
Yeah, don't do anything. That's your best defense.
Mm-hmm.
Is do that. But as always, as we say over here on our side,
be safe, be honest, be real,
and shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Real honey.
Wear a condom.